Jordan McFadden going in the 5th round to the Los Angeles Chargers. You know, he's definitely a guy that has to play inside. I think he's going to make that transition to guard. He does have sort of the length in his arms to be able to play tackle in the NFL, but for sure he's moving inside. And I look at that Chargers roster, you know, Jamari Sawyer, Zion Johnson, those are two really good guards for them. He's going to come in and sit behind both of them, but you know, I think he can contribute as a backup guard. I think he can play left guard, right guard. He can even play left tackle, right tackle, honestly, since he was able to do it at Clemson. He's a guy that can do a lot of things. He can be, you know, their 6th or 7th best offensive line for the Chargers. I kind of compare him a lot to a Tremaine Ankrum, undersized kid, played tackle in college, but has to transition to inside into the NFL. But I think McFadden has a little bit more potential than what Tremaine Ankrum did. Yeah, undersized, but I think longer arms, probably a little bit better of an athlete, stronger. And so I think, you know, he could possibly one day develop into a starting offensive guard, but I really view him as a backup. I think he can honestly be a productive backup, a guy who can maybe start a couple games if guys get injured, a guy you can rely on. 5th-year senior, I remember recruiting him out of Dorman. Clemson fans were wondering why we're even offering this kid. You know, he came in with 5-star Jackson Carman, and honestly, he played just about as good as Jackson did. And, you know, so I'm happy that he got drafted, being such an underrated recruit. I think obviously his size played a role in that. He didn't have the elite measurables. He doesn't have the elite measurables, which is why he falls all the way to the 5th round. But truthfully, I mean, he was one of the better offensive linemen in the entire ACC last year. Very reliable guy. You know, if he just had a little bit more size, we're looking at a much higher draft pick, much higher recruit coming out of high school. So, you know, hopefully he can put it all together. Again, I see him as a pretty good reserved offensive lineman. Maybe one day he'll start. Who knows? But Jordan McFadden, going to be rooting for him. You know, Clemson ambassador, 5th-year guy, got his degree. You know, I'm you know, super thrilled every time a Clemson player gets drafted, particularly offensive line. You know, we need more selling points to college or high school offensive linemen. We can send guys to the NFL, and McFadden certainly is demonstrating that. So wish him the best, but to me, this guy, 6th, 7th best offensive lineman for an NFL team, maybe could become a starter at some point, but, you know, much more likely going to be reserved offensive lineman for his entire career. But that's just my thoughts. Go Tigers.